Hare Krishna. Today we'll be discussing the 12th chapter, the last part of the 12th chapter. The 12th chapter is the devotional service. Just a recap of the before verses. We know that what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita?
Think of Krishna, never forget of Krishna.
Don't forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna and don't forget Krishna. Okay. So how to reach to Krishna?
By doing devotional service.
By doing devotional service. What are the minimum requirements that Krishna is going to give us? How we will be offering to Krishna? Minimum things.
Daily chanting Mataji.
Chanting.
Okay. Next.
And,
I told minimum offerings.
Offerings, okay.
Minimum offerings. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam.
The prasadam, offering prasadam.
Offering prasadam, offering diya, yeah. Offering everything what we are having. Okay. Because Aham Sarvasva Prabhu. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna is the supreme proprietor of everything. So we know that he is the supreme. So we are his sons. We are having the normally in the material world, what will be having if the father is a millionaire and billionaire, so his assets will be going to his sons. So they will be using them. The same way, because Krishna is the supreme father, and each and every amenities or each and everything which is there in this world is utilized by each and every living entity, because they are the sons of Krishna. How we can say that? In 9.4 sloka, Krishna says, Aham Bija Pradata. Means he is the seed-giving father. He is the seed-giving father of not only the human beings, different species. So, he is having, because these assets are everything that are in that, he is the supreme proprietor. Means Krishna is the supreme proprietor. All his assets are enjoyed by his sons. So, we are all the family members of Krishna. So why we are unable to connect to Krishna? As a baby is there, when a baby is born as a small child, he is unable to walk, but he is having the capacity to walk. No, do you agree with the statement? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, but it needs training, Mataji.
Yeah. The same way, we also know that Krishna is a supreme father, and we are taking now baby steps, because the relationship with Krishna is inherited. See, as a mother and daughter, if a mother is going to scold the daughter when she is doing something envious, what will be? She'll be really envious of her in punishing her. Not like that, no. See, if you take a case of a cat, the cat, when it is carrying the kitten, it will be very affectionate. The same cat, when it is going to carry the mouse, the mouse will be? The mouse will be very scary, because it is going to die. But for the kitten, it is an affectionate mother. Yeah, in the same way, Krishna is an affectionate father. When he is going to give you anything, he gives everything. When he is going to take from you, he takes off everything. But it is not that he is taking everything, means it is not that he is not affectionate to you. He is affectionate to you because by having that type of patience, you may be having the pride in you. So he want to remove the pride from you. So he has taken all this. When Krishna is going to give, he will give giving with 10 hands. You can't even expect what these are the gifts what I'm getting from the God. The same way here also, in devotional service also, we know that, because in the starting of the devotional service, why we are going to study about this devotional service? Because we need to have an intimate relationship with Lord Krishna. After hearing about the universal form or form of the Lord, and after once the Lord comes to the two-handed form, at that time Arjuna was in a delusion. So Arjuna asked, whichever the personality is greater, if it is a personal form of Krishna is greater, or the impersonal form. Impersonal form is the Brahman form. Whichever is greater and whichever is superior. At that time, Krishna answers that we are having, because the personal form is superior. Bhakti is superior to impersonalism. By because the path of bhakti is very easy. So, when you are chanting, when you are taking the chanting of the rounds, because as we are Krishna conscious devotees, we are going to be aspiring devotees. We know that chanting means it is direct the way of Nama Prabhu or taking the names of Krishna. So, when you are going to chant the name of Krishna, Krishna is going to personally take the charge of you and he is going to deliver it over all the devotees. So in this way, when the chapter started, and afterwards, the next section, it comes to how we are to progress in our devotional service. When we know that Krishna is the Supreme Father and we are not this body, we are the soul. And how, what is the bhakti is superior in all the types. If it is make karma, if it is going to have the different ways of karma, jnana, and everything also, but bhakti is superior. So the devotional service is superior because it is very easy. When you start the devotional service, or even the God is going to help you. So the next, the progress, so how we can have a progressive stages of devotional service. When if you want to have a direct attachment to Krishna, the intimate relationship with Krishna, you have to continuously fix your mind and intelligence on Him so that you will be having. This can't be done in this Kali Yuga, but some people and some of the great Vaishnavas, such as Srila Prabhupada is there, he's a pure devotee. So they can fix their mind and intelligence on Krishna while doing all the devotional activities. How did Srila Prabhupada has done? Srila Prabhupada went to New York with 40 rupees in his hand. But after coming from New York, he was having 40 crores of rupees. He was just dependent on Lord Krishna. He didn't depend on any other. He just depended on Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna has taken care of it. In that way, this is the first section. And the next one, next progressive level is when we are having, means normally following of sadhana bhakti. What is the sadhana bhakti? Doing chanting regularly, hearing about Krishna Katha from the great Vaishnavas or the pure devotees of the Lord, and also doing kirtana for the Lord and the association of devotees so that our devotional service increases. So, what is that? The principles, following the principles of Bhakti Yoga is nothing but the sadhana bhakti. And one more bhakti is also there, that is called Raganuga Bhakti. It is a spontaneous loving service to Krishna. When you are going to follow a devotee who is in that spontaneous devotion towards Krishna, you will be also having that. But it is very difficult. So, each and everyone in our level, we are going to follow the sadhana bhakti. That is the principles of Bhakti Yoga. Doing chanting, doing chanting, remembering Krishna when we are going to start our work, or doing ekadasis, is doing little bit charity, and all this comes under this regulative principles. And one more thing is, if I can't do this, I can't follow the rules and regulations of this Bhakti Yoga. The rules and regulations of Bhakti Yoga means no meat eating, no sex, no gambling, all this. These four I can't. No? So I can't do all this. So what I can do, I can work for Krishna. How I can work for Krishna? It is that using all your senses and using everything in the process of Krishna consciousness. No, this is the third step. No, I can't do even this. Then what you can do? You can attach to your work and give the fruits to Krishna. So, or the fruits or the results of action or the results that is caused of your work, you can give it to Krishna. No, I can't even do that because I'm a karmi, so I'm attached to my work and I'm attached to the fruits. So at that time, what is the other way Krishna is giving? Just cultivate the knowledge. How we can get the knowledge to sadhu, sangha, and shastras? We can get the different types of knowledge. By cultivating knowledge, it will be easy for us to offer the fruits to the Lord. After getting that necessary, after offering the fruits, and sometimes we'll be having a convenient of detachment to the Lord. At that time, we'll work for the Lord without having any benefits for our sense gratification. And then we can come to the stage where we can surrender to Krishna. It is the final stage. That is a Prema Bhakti. So these are the different progressive stages from top to bottom. And now Krishna is saying that The person who is doing this devotional service, every time we see that we are attracted to Krishna. But now Krishna gives us, Krishna is attracted to whom? How can a devotee can get the attention of Krishna? So to get the attention of Krishna means to follow Bhakti Yoga. That is the main purpose. What is the main lakshan? To have Bhakti or to have a devotional relation to Lord Krishna. And when you are following this Bhakti, when you are doing this little Bhakti, then maybe some secondary. The primary essence is Swarupa Lakshan. That is to have devotion towards the Lord. And the secondary is called the Tatastha Lakshan. Tatastha Lakshan means the secondary thing. Secondary means which are the qualities. If first quality is there in you, automatically the secondary qualities also comes as a byproducts of that. So now Krishna is going to explain us the qualities which we can attract Krishna. See, we have heard many qualities of Strita Prajna. We have heard different qualities. You know that the qualities of humbleness, tolerance, equipoise is equal to not having envious. These are some of the qualities. So, which quality is there that attracts Krishna the most? That is the bhakti or devotion to Krishna is the primary quality, and it is called the Swarupa Lakshan. So, it attracts Krishna a lot. See, when you are in a group of people, when you are doing your devotional service, what will happen? You'll be having, and your guru is there in front of that. You are doing some service in that. So you wanted that you'll be in that state of mind that what the service I am doing, that must be attracted to my guru. So if guru has distributed the service, he knows who is doing. But who is doing the best of the ability also guru knows, no? Because he knows as a devotee, as a disciple of that guru, he knows what are your capabilities, what are your inabilities. So he wanted to develop the capabilities, what you're having to the foremost extent, to best of your ability. So he'll be giving the service. At that time, if you are doing your best, guru will be appreciating, the same way here also in your perspective, we will be doing all the things according to the order. But how Krishna will be attracted to us? Which are the qualities that Krishna will be attracted to us? That will be seen in this last section. So in this section of 13 to 20, nearly 8 slokas, every time Krishna will be saying, Mad Bhakta Same Priyaha. Means this quality is which a devotee is having, they are very dear to me. Priyaha means the devotee. A devotee is I like them very much. Whoever may be the person who is having these qualities, I like that person the most. So these are the different qualities what Krishna is giving. But the main Swarupa Lakshana is the bhakti is important and the auxiliary qualities. Because when bhakti is there, according to the surrender, because as per the Shastras, when you are going to get the devotional seed, how you are going to get the devotional seed of devotion? By the kripa of Guru and Krishna. So by the kripa, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, you are going to get the seed of devotional service. When the seed of devotional service is seeded in your heart, so your heart must be fertile, no? Because if I get a seed and if I dig it and if I drank it in the dry land, the sprouting will be coming. It doesn't come. But the land also must be fertile. And the watering process on the seed also must be going on, continuous. So at that time only your seed will be growing. So the same way, all the soil that must be perfectly fertile, no? That fertileness is given by our Vaishnava philosophy. Means different qualities of Vaishnavas are there, no? When you are going to cultivate them, that becomes the soil for that seed. And this seed grows by continuous watering. What is the watering process you are going to do? Chanting, kirtana, smaranam, kirtanam, All this will be for just like watering the seed, so that the seed will be sprouting. So these way, the qualities which we are going to get, these are the Vaishnava qualities. What are the Vaishnava qualities? One must be fully faithful to reach to follow the path of devotional service. That is the main thing. That is the essence of bhakti. If one is following the path of devotional service and Krishna is the supreme goal, he is very dear to the Supreme Lord. The persons who are following the path of bhakti, they are very dear to the Lord. So now anyone of you can read the 12.13 sloka translation.
Text 13. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, go ahead, Prabhuji.
One who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. Text
Next, Prabhu.
15. He by whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me. Text 16. My devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activity, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me. Text 17. One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me. Text 18-19. One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge, and who is engaged in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me. Text 20. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me.
Very well, Prabhu. So here you can see the 31 and 31 qualities of the Krishna, which are very dear. What are the qualities we are? Advesha. Advesha means non-envious. The first thing is non-envious towards anyone or anyone. If somebody is envious to us also, we must not be envious of them. That is the first quality. But is it capable that we can do that? So we are having three ways. If somebody is envious of us, we can just ignore them. Because if somebody is having lot of income than us, then the nature, as we are in the mode of passion, what will be happening? We'll be having the jealousy, so that we wanted to and to have a race with that person, because our income has to be increased to such a level that they are also having. They are also having a big house. They are going to have such a long and a long vacation, something. So the same way, the other person will be also in the same race to get the income. But actually, this human form of life is given for self-realization. The ones we are working for 8 to 9 hours and we are doing our sadhana, it doesn't require that much. If you are going to have millions and millions also, whatever you'll be eating only up till the full of your stomach. You can't eat more than that. Yeah. So it is that we have to know that we are not this body, we are this soul. And in that form, when you are going to chant the rounds of Krishna, and we have to be having an intimate relationship. So, first is that we must ignore and we must not be envious of other persons. And also we have to be in that situation, and that we must not be envious of anyone. If somebody is envious also, somebody wanted to hurt also, at that time also, we are having three methods. If the somebody who is going to hurt us, he is more than us, or he's more in quality wise, or he's more in his age. So what we have to do? We have to ignore him. If he is equal or if he is lower, we have to give them the punishment also, because we'll be having some modes, no? So when you are going to give them, or when you wanted to correct, because in equals and lower, you are having a chance to correct them. So at that time of correction also, you must be not be in a stage of enviousness, but you must be in a state of compassion, that they have to need to be corrected so that they won't envy any person again. So this is the second thing. And the third thing is, you have to make each and everyone around us not to be envious, so that you will be establishing a society of non-envious people around you. So the first quality, that is, we must be non-envious. That quality is developed within us by following these three rules. If one is, they are more in our age, or they're older persons, or if they may be more powerful, you must just ignore them, because we can't correct them. If they are equal and lower, we can correct them. But we must not be envious, but we must be in a compassionate state so that they can be corrected. So, gentle, we must be very gentle to correct them. And next, third one is, you must teach everyone, because you are not envious. You can teach the other people around you to be non-envious. So these three stages will come in enviousness. So we must be non-envious. And next, when you are non-envious, you are friendly to each and everyone. So you are very friendly to each and all the living entities. And next, because have reached this non-envious stage, you are merciful, because by giving the punishment to others also, you are in a compassionate state. So you are very merciful and kind. And also, when you are non-envious means, you don't have to have a sense of proprietorship. So at that time, what you will be having, you will think that as a devotee, will think that everything what I'm enjoying is given by the Lord Krishna. So Aham Sarvasva Prabhu. Krishna is the supreme proprietor. I'm just a son. I'm enjoying only a little part of this. So you're free from the sense of proprietorship. And also you're free from the false ego. What is the false ego? You're not this body, you're the soul. So you're free from false ego. And your identification with the body is also, you're the soul. So what will be your goal? You'll be always forgiving, and you'll be tolerant to each and everyone. Tolerant means tolerance in all the dualities. If it is honor, dishonor, or if it is in happiness, distress, fear, or happy, whichever the stage may be, you will be every time in forgetting and tolerate. See, these 7 qualities are given in the first sloka, that is the 13th sloka. Why these 7 qualities are very important? Because to be a non-envious person, it is very, very difficult, because as it is in the stage of Kali Yuga, we can't even imagine that. If somebody is far ahead, I also need to have a race, so that I want him. I want to be equal to him. I don't want to be lower to him. That will be the nature, because we will be in the mode of passion. When we are going to come to goodness, then we will see that they are not, they are more than us, so we can't take any action. So leave them. If who are near me, who are equal to and lower me, let me correct them with some passion. So you'll be correcting them. And others think you'll be establishing a society who are non-envious. Who are non-envious? Krishna conscious devotees are never envious of anybody. If some devotees, in association of devotees, some devotee may be very good at singing, some devotee may be very good at cooking, Some devotee may be very good at preaching. So all the flutes will be in one community, but they won't have envious nature because the name, why they are very good at, because it is a power given by Krishna. So in each and everything, they are only seeing the Krishna. So there won't be any type of enviousness. So this is the quality we must also develop. And we must be developing the quality of forgiveness and tolerance, because tolerance means, see, when it is a very rainy season and all the rains will be on the floods also, what happened, all the trees which are standing upright, no, they will fall off. But have you seen the grass? The grass, when the floods are in towards the downward pressure area, this grass will move in that direction so that the grass won't be affected. If you can see, you might have seen or you might have heard that grass will be moving, but when you are stamping also, it will be, the grass will be in that same way. It will be very tolerant, whichever may be the effect. So such tolerant we must also be become like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also given insistence to come through Nadapi Sunichena. So as the blade of grass, how it will be moving towards the wind and other things, like that also you must be just like a blade of grass. According to the circumstances, you have to be moved in that direction. So in this way, you have to cultivate. So let us see few examples. Who has done this? So you know that Ambarish Maharaj was an example, no? Ambarish was the king. Ambarish Maharaj was a king. And at that time when he was doing his Ekadasi Vrata, Durvasa Muni with all his 10,000 disciples, Durvasa Muni came to the place when Ambrisha was having his Ekadasi fast. After the fast was Ekadasi was over, at the time of Dwadasi, this Durvasa Muni has entered there. And at that time, as the king, Ambrisha was very sincere devotee. He has taken the blessings of Durvasa Muni. At that time, Durvasa Muni told that I'll take a bath and I'll come back within the time. So at that time, what happened? Durvasa Muni went to take a bath, and after taking the bath, he sat there and he was doing his meditation. Because the Durvasa Muni was a yogi, so he was doing meditation at that time. So what happened? No, the time of Dwadasi is the fast breaking time of Ekadasi. And see, this Dwadasi. Dwadasi is the next day of Ekadasi. That is the 12th day. So at that time, what will happen? No, only on Dwadasi, that is the fast breaking time. After, when the moments of Dwadasi are going to over, we can't finish the Ekadasi Vrata. So at that time, what happened when Durvasa Muni went into, and Durvasa Muni and he told that he'll be coming back at the time of, and to have the feast with Ambarish Maharaj. So Ambarish Maharaj was in such a delusion that he can't eat without because he's a host, without the guest, he can't have his meal. So he was waiting for Durvasa. But the moments of Dwadasi are going to be over. So at that time, he was in such a delusion. So he asked the Brahmanas who were sitting around. He asked the Brahmanas, can I have a solution? At that time, the Brahmanas gave the solution that if you drink water, it is not just like eating. So he just drank one sip of water, one sip of water. At that time, Durvasa entered the main hall. At that time, Durvasa was very angry. Durvasa was in a mode of anger. He was very renowned because if something little bit also he won't even tolerate. Durvasa was a reason for he was very angry. So when Ambarish Maharaj was taking the sip of water, he entered. So he thought that Ambarisha had going to take his meal, and what he has done now, he has removed little bit of his hair from his jeta, and he had thrown at that time, and a fearful demon appeared. And at that time, Ambarish Maharaj was standing and he was praying to the Lord. And this demon, he had already smashed everything. So at that time, what happened? No, when Ambarish Maharaj was praying to the Lord, Lord Narayana Hari, Lord Narayana sent his Vishnu Chakra to Ambarish Maharaj. And this Vishnu Chakra, after killing the demon who was given birth from Durvasa, it started following Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa Muni ran towards Brahmaloka so that Brahma can save. So at that time when he ran from into Brahmaloka and asked the Brahma for the shelter, Brahma told Sudarshan Chakra is my father's chakra, so I can't help you. So at that time again Durvasa Muni from Brahmaloka, he went to Shiva Loka, Kailas mountain, where Shiva was staying. At that time also Shiva told, I can't even save because it is Vishnu's. I can't save because I'm only the devotee of Vishnu. So at that time again Durvasa Muni went to Vishnu Loka, Vaikuntha, where Vishnu was residing. At that time Vishnu said, I can't even help because I live in the heart of devotees and they live in my heart. So I can't help. So you can go near to Ambarish so that he can help. So again, this Durvasa Muni from Vaikuntha, he came. And even that, at that time also, Sudarshan Chakra was falling. And when this Durvasa Muni, he fell under the feet of, with no other way. Nobody is going to, if he's going to stand still, Sudarshan Chakra is going to behead his head. So he went in such a hurry to Ambarish Maharaj and he fell in the feet of Ambarish Maharaj. And he told that you can only save. At that time Ambarish Maharaj was in folded hands, no? He was seeing about the Sudarshan Chakra is coming me. Sudarshan Chakra is going to kill me, so please save. If the king is having that availability, at that time also Sudarshana was going to come near him. At that time, he folded his arms and he started praying to Sudarshan's Chakra. At that time also Sudarshan Chakra was not pleased. But when he was pleased with Sudarshan, if I have done any piety to my Lord, you just take all his piety and give this Brahmana his life. At that time, Sudarshan Chakra stopped. See, at that time, Sudarshan Chakra stopped and it gave blessings to Ambarish Maharaj and it left. It left to Vaikuntha, Sudarshan Chakra. And Durvasa Muni was saved. See, a person, why I'm saying this example, because Ambarish Maharaj was a person, because Durvasa has hurt the Ambarish Maharaj by giving a fiercely demon and he dismantled everything in the Ambarish Maharaj. Still, when Durvasa came and fell at the bottom at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj, he saved Durvasa. So he was not envious. He does not hate anyone who hated oneself also. So this is a great example what we have to learn. And this is, see, he was very friendly. He was not in a mood that he was not having any type of hatred. Because Durvasa had done something wrong to Ambarish, but he has not taken anything. So he was not having that feeling. And rather, Ambarish Maharaj was friendly towards the Durvasa also. And he was very merciful to Durvasa, thinking that it should not end up in unfortunate circumstances. It must be he was compassionate towards them. See, all the qualities what we were talking, no, they were fulfilled. And the person, we can see that this devotee is having this type of things. What he's non-envious, he's merciful, he's friendly. So, when we are having that type of quality, what type of discriminating power we can attain? Because person can attain friendliness or mercy even to enemies. But how? When he does not have any type of false ego or any type of positions. Because we know that aham sarvasva prabhu means everything, whatever is in this material world, spiritual world, who is the owner? not Krishna is the owner. So no type of positions, because normally human beings will be having these positions, because as a man is there, he'll be having lot of positions towards his wife and children. He'll be very affectionate because he's thinking in the consciousness of body. But here, the devotee of Ambarisha, because everything is smashed by Durvasa also, he does not have any hatred or anything relating. That is, he knows that he is not in the bodily consciousness, Nirmama and Nihankara. Means he is completely out of his false ego. See, we can have other examples people also. It is the Prataparudra. Prataparudra is the king of Orissa. And what he is to do now, he knows that Jagannath is the Lord of Universe. So at the time of Ratha Yatra, this king took a smallest position and he used to sweep, because Jagannath Ratha, when the Jagannath is in Ratha, this king has taken such a lower state, he started sweeping the road. He started sweeping the road when Jagannath was coming. See, such a humble position the devotee is having. So, he's not having anything. He's a king. So, as a king, he might be having lot of pride, lot of positions. But he knows that Jagannatha is the universal. He's the king of universe. So, he is such a minor and meager one. So, he doesn't want any type of, he is devoid of all the positions or all the objects and all the transformations or anything, nothing. He took just a small portion of sweeping the roads of Jagannatha, because he is not possessive for that. And if at a times, sometimes what will happen, no, we'll be suffering pain in the body and we'll be getting some punches and kicks. So how we'll be feeling? We'll be feeling very unhappy. We'll be feeling sometimes very happy also. Samadukka, dukkha, sukham. Means you must be very equiposed in sukham or dukkam, in happiness and also in distress. For this, I'll give you a small story, which is from Bhagavatam. So once what happened? No, once Shiva at the Mount Kailasa, once Shiva was taking a class on Vairagya, and all the different disciples such as Narada, different highly scholarly persons were sitting. At that time, what happened? No? Lord Parvati was also sitting on the lap of Shiva, and Shiva was giving the class on Vairagya, that is renunciation. So at that time, what happened? No, in the airplane, one of the aeroplane, the king of Vidyadharas, that is the Chitraketu Maharaj, he was going. He was going in his aeroplane, and he saw the scene. Shiva is giving the class, and Parvati Devi is sitting on the lap. So, because Chitraketu was the king of Vidyadharas, he was in a highly advanced consciousness. And they both were the god brothers, as Chitraketu and Lord Shiva were the disciples of Sankarsana, one of the form of Vishnu. That is, Sankarsana is related to mind. And so at that time, Chitraketu came down to Shiva and he said that whatever he is doing, I am not going to offense you anything, but the normal human beings who will be having seen this may offend you, Shiva. So it is better. So they were the godly brothers in that stage. But Lord Shiva has not taken it very offensively. But Lord Parvati took it very offensively. And she called Chitraketu, what are you thinking? Who are you? And she immediately gave the curse, become a demon to Chitraketu. Chitraketu came running from his aeroplane and he fell and he offered his obeisances to Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva. And he told, I'm very pleased to take the curse of you, Mother. And he told that I am not having any type of offensive nature towards Lord Shiva. But for the human beings, they will be misguided. So I have said that. At that time, Lord Parvati Iti was also very angry because he has offended Lord Shiva. So at that time, what happened? She gave the curse to become a demon. So at that time, Chitraketu was having such a power. He was a king of Vidyadharas. So he was having lot of power. So he would have directly recursed the Parvati. But instead, what happened? Chitraketu has tolerantly taken the curse. And he became and he became the demon in his next life. This is nothing because we have to be, because if there are advanced devotees or if they may be very, very advanced also, every time when we know that we does not have the importance of the pain and troubling our body also, but we maybe not be in this platform because we can't be freed from the conception of false ego and this equipoise of happiness and distress. See, the king is very happy when he was in the aeroplane, Chitraketu Maharaj. But when he came down, he got the curse. So it was a distress condition. But for a devotee, there is neither happiness, he won't take the happiness as supreme or he won't take this distress as supreme. He will be every time in an equipoise condition. He does not become enemy to anybody. He'll be every time in friendly consciousness. So this Chitraketu and the devotees, because Chitraketu got only the token of punishment. After Chitraketu left, Lord Shiva told, you have unnecessary punish. He is a Vaishnava. He would have given the curse to you. But he has tolerated the curse and he went back. At that time, Lord Parvati Iti felt very upset, but it was the but she was only the instrument in the hands of the Lord. So sometimes what happened? No, some misdeeds will be there. It is better to suffer than to protest. That is to tolerate them like quietly, calmly, patiently, so that the distressful condition will take only some sort of time. Afterwards, you can go for the happiness will be there. Because happiness and unhappiness, it is a cycle. So sometimes you'll be very happy, sometimes you may not be happy. But every time you can't be happy. So this way, there are many examples out there. If you take an example, see, Shemi. Shemi means equal in happiness and distress, no? We must be tolerant. So for this, I'll give you the example of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj once went to the forest and he was having lot of thirsty and he was suffering from hunger. So he went to one ashrama where Shamrita Rishi's ashrama was there. So Shamrita Rishi was in meditation. In meditation, when some muni is in meditation, he won't wake up if somebody is going to come inside. No, so the same case was there. So Parikshit Maharaj felt very unhappy because he was feeling very hunger, he was feeling very thirsty. So okay. So by the unfortunate instant, what Parikshit Maharaj has done, he had there nearby, no one dead snake was there. So what he has done, the Parikshit Maharaj, by the nature, because he was an instrument in the hands of the Lord, at that time, what no, he had taken that dead snake and put around the Samyukta Rishi. So Samyukta Rishi was in meditation, so he has not taken any type of offensive. But when this incident was heard by his son, Samyukta Rishi's son was there, right? Shrungi. So when Shrungi was a small boy, but he was a Brahmana by birth, no? So he was having lot of power. So at that time, when he heard, then Shrungi thought, no, I'll give this way, this Maharaji curse. So he immediately cuts that Parshit Maharaj is going to die within 7 days by the Diksha, by the snake, flying snake. So at that time, what happened? When this Parikshit Maharaj knows that, because as a king, when he is cursed, he can go and he can curse the small boy. But what he has taken, he has just accepted the curse. And he went to into the Naimika Sharanya sages. And he went there and he asked, I'm going to die in 7 days. So what can I do? So this was the what I can do so that I can go to home back to Godhead. At that time back. For that we got Srimad Bhagavatam. So, because Parikshit Maharaj was an instrument for us to provide Srimad Bhagavatam, the essence of all the scriptures, essence of everything, Vegam Kalpataro, means it is the fruits of all everything. So, that fruit, what we are getting in Srimad Bhagavatam, is by the grace of Parikshit Maharaj. By the mind, Parikshit Maharaj was a tool. But when Parikshit Maharaj accepted it, when the Shungi has heard that Parikshit Maharaj has accepted the curse without recursing, then he started to lament. Why? Because he has unnecessarily used his Brahmanical power of cursing this Parikshit Maharaj. So at that time, what happened? No, he was having. First, Parikshit Maharaj was also having pain to have a curse. But when he went to Naimina Sharanya and he was hearing this Bhagavatam, it converted to pleasure. So he was very much equal to, and he was not having any type of contacts with any type of sense because he tolerated everything. So Shami or Karuna, you can also say. And we'll be seeing many devotees who will be able to maintain their life only in the poor form, or if people will be there in very high forms. Means whichever may be that, we must be in a stage of santusta. Santusta is that other quality. Santusta means every time we'll be satisfied with whatever we are having. For this, I'll give you the example of Sudama Brahmana. Sudama Brahmana was having lot of children and he was very poor. So at that time, what happened? The Sudama Brahmana's wife, she told she said to Sudama, "You are having such a nice friend in Dwaraka. That is the Dwaraka Dish, Sri Krishna. So why can't you go and can ask for some help so that we can improve our livelihood?" So at that time, what happened? No, Sudama felt that okay, it is the request by my wife, so we are having lot of children and I can't afford them because he is very, very poor. So at that time he told to go to some superior house, I need to have a gift or something. So at that time his wife went to different houses to get some poha. That is the chipped rice, and she bought it and she has prepared a small bag of poha, and she gave it to her husband. At that time, after walking for so many days, Sudama Brahmana reached the doors of Dwaraka. After going to Dwaraka also, he find many, many people. People there around by surrounded, they were doing all type of activities. And at the time when Krishna was there with Rukmini, when Sudama Brahmana wanted to go inside to see Krishna, the doorkeepers of Rukmini Devi, they told that, what you want? You have such a poor Brahmana, you want some coins, I will give you, you can leave. At that time, Sudama said, no, I am here to meet Krishna. So at that time, no, you might not be the friend of Krishna, go away. So the doorkeepers immediately when this doorkeeper said that, no, so that time Sudama felt very disheartened in his condition and he was going back. So at that time, no, before going back, no, he started shouting, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So at that time, hearing the voice of Sudama, Krishna went running to the doors of the palace, and he brought that Sudama inside, and he gave him the place where he was sitting, because the bed of Krishna nobody has sitting. has sat on that. So this Sudama Brahmana got a chance to sit on the bed of Krishna, and Krishna has washed the feet of Sudama Brahmana with different types of water. He has done the Pada Puja and everything. At that time, he was sitting eating with Sudama, and there was a friendly talk with Sudama. And later on, Krishna asked, "What you have brought me in my gift, you have not given." At that time, seeing the Aishwarya of Krishna with different gold ornaments and different what he was wearing, different manikyas and other things. Think Sudama's Brahmana felt, no, this poha is very cheap. So I can't even offer to Krishna. So he was not reluctantly, he was keeping the chipped rice in his backside. So at that time in a fight, this chipped rice fall down. So when there was at that time, no, Krishna took one morsel of chipped rice and he has eaten that. And when he was going to take the second chipped rice, Rukmini Devi stopped it. And later he was having a friendly talk with Sudama, and Sudama stayed for a few days. And after that, Sudama he didn't even ask for what he came to Krishna. He came to Krishna to take a cow or something so that his livelihood would be better. But he didn't ask anything from Krishna. And after living for few days, he went back to his home. But at that time also, what happened now? No, after going home, he could not even remember where his house was. Means his house was transferred into a palace, and there were many people surrounded. Means there were the maid servants, many, and and his wife was in a nice clothes as a queen and other thing. So Sudama Brahmana cannot recognize her by the voice of Sudama Brahmana. Again, by the voice of his wife, Sudama Brahmana, got that. She is my wife. So at that time she went. But Sudama Brahmana did not ask Krishna anything because he knows that if Krishna is satisfied, everything will be satisfied. Because whatever is coming to accord, if Sudama Brahmana was not having giving that, he was having such a pride because he was happy in that time of poverty. And when Krishna has given all his wealth also, he was very happy. So he was in Santusta state. Santusta means every time satisfied. So, and also there are many 80 characters. See, one more characteristic says by Yatma. Yatma means we must not agitate others. And without agitation, we have to control the activities of mind. And Drudha Nischaya means if our mind is not disturbed. See, some people will be doing Ashtanga yoga and other things also. But the person who will be doing, who is having this Drudha Nischaya, means always practice this devotional service. Drudha Nischaya, always. How we must be? We must be in a mood that we must do 16 rounds as said by Prabhupada. That is the Drudha Nischaya in our principles of sadhana bhakti. The same way there may be many false arguments. And my arpit mano buddhi. See, you know that at the Antakaleja mameva swaranmukta kalebra. At the time of death, that if somebody is going to remember Krishna, he'll be going to the planet of Krishna. If somebody is going to remember something, at that time he'll be going to different. But at some point of time, if a devotee has completed his homework of chanting of 16 rounds daily, and by his past deeds or anything, he has fallen into the stage at the time of leaving his body, he can't remember Krishna. At that time, what Krishna has given in Varaha Puranam means Krishna is going to directly come to the devotee to take the devotee to his Vaikuntha, to take the devotee back to Godhead. Why? Because his mano and buddhi both are given to Krishna. His mind and intelligence are given to Krishna. So every time, because he is in the absorption of meditating and contemplating on Krishna. So these devotees are very dearer to me. And also we know that then how we can attain this stage of Maya Arpita Manobuddhi? How? Because by following the sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti means as Krishna consciousness is natural. How it is natural? As the baby that is born is having the ability to walk after some times. The same way this Krishna consciousness, what we are having in the heart, because Krishna is staying in our heart as a Paramatma, it is natural. So we can, as fire is covered by the ashes, or if a magnet is there, magnet, what will it takes? It will automatically attract the nails which are there. If the nails are in the mud, it takes a lot of time for that mud to be clean so that it can attach to the needle. The same way we are also having lot of disturbances, lot of black holes in our heart. So we are not having that intimate relationship with Krishna, but we are we are also practicing to have that intimate relation. By how we are going to have? By this Vaidika Sadhana Bhakti. What is this Vaidika Sadhana Bhakti? Chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, following the hearing about the Shastras, reading of sadhana, doing sadhana, or we'll be knowing accepting the favorable items of Krishna consciousness and rejecting that, rejecting which is not favorable to Krishna consciousness. Every time we have to keep our mind and senses absorbed in Krishna consciousness. But the other type is also there. Then that is Raganuga Bhakti. Same way. When you are having some principles in the bhakti, it is called Vedic sadhana bhakti. When you are having a spontaneous affection, it is called Raganuga bhakti. Raganuga bhakti means Yashoda Maharani, ni Nanda Maharaj. They are different because they are in the Vatsalya rasa. Gopis, they are in the Madhurya rasa. So this stage is very important and it can be achieved. And also one who is going to put you in all the difficulties, and different difficulties are there. No, for these different difficulties, who is the example? Can anyone of you go and say? See, Prahlad Maharaj is the example for this because he was not disturbed by only Hiranyakashipu was putting Prahlad Maharaj in different situations. He has put the Prahlad Maharaj in the prison of full of snakes. He has put the Prahlad Maharaj in the forest, which is full of lions. And he has on Prahlad Maharaj. He has binded Prahlad Maharaj to such a stone, and he was thrown into the water. And he was having some fire. He was thrown into that Holika fire, and different. But Prahlad Maharaj was having the faith in Narasimha, and this faith is very important. That is, he's not getting affected by others, and others are not going to hurt him. That is the stage of Prahlada. That is, such a stage is obtained by only the mercy of the Lord. He is never the cause of distress to others, or he is going to agitate for others. And also we have seen that the consciousness, there was one person called Jada Bharata, and that person was acting like if he was a very liberated person, and he was acting just like a fool. And so he was just like a fool. He was not having to eat anything properly and everything. So some of the dacoits, since they were the devotees of Lord Kali, they took this Jada and they gave him nice feast to eat and everything, and they gave him nice clothes to wear everything. And after that, no, they took this person to Kali temple so that they could offer to Kali. But Jadabartha was a liberated soul, and he never have any type of disclosure. If they are going to kill them also, he was not having any problem because he was having such a full faith in Krishna that he will take care. So at that time, when these dacoits are going to offer this Jadabartha to Kali, indirectly what happened? No, that Kali really came out of that deity, and it killed all the dacoits who wanted to kill this Jadabharata, she kills all the dacoits. And this Raghugana was very freed. See, at that time when he was eating the feast and other things, he was happy. When he's going to cut, he'll be in a spot of distress to our idea. But here, this Raghugana is such a devotee that he's having lot of faith that he's not affected by the either happiness or distress. See, that is the greatness of a devotee. He's always relied upon the Lord. He always feels that the God is there. He is going to take everything and he is going to save everything because he does not agitate others and nor he is agitated by others, and he's free from all the material emotions of joy, jealousy, fear, anxiety. See, all these conditions are there for this Jadavarta. See, he was not agitated when he was catched by the group of dacoits. He was not agitated when they were going to kill him. Huh? And he doesn't have any joy at the time of eating the feast. He was not jealousy that they are going to kill him. No fear, no anxiety, anything. So he is very, very dear to the Lord. Because these qualities of happiness, distress, fear, anxiety, when somebody, the devotional state of consciousness, no, he is very kind to everybody. If somebody is going to kill you, you won't be in a position that to offer yourself. But here, Raghu and Jadabharata was in that kindness he gave. So he is not the distress. So such a great devotees are also there. And in one more instant, no, what this Jadabharata was sitting, once Jadabharata was sitting in the field, and his duty was to see that all the different birds must not eat the corn, the field of corn. So at that time when he was sitting there, some of the soldiers went to this Jadabharata and they asked Jadabharata to come and carry the palanquin of Raghugana. Raghugana is king. So at that time, there was no other opportunity because the soldiers are there, so they took him. So this Jadabharata came, and he was also carrying the palanquin with his on his shoulder. And the Raghugana, the king, was sitting, and different soldiers and different ministers were following. At that time, what happened? No, this Raghugana, he's a liberated soul. He doesn't want to give little bit harm to any of the living beings. So what happened? No, this Raghuvana was jumping from one side to other side when he was walking. So no, this palanquin, no, it was tilting like this, up and down. Because if they are walking straightly, so the person, so maybe the king or sub king, so he won't experience any type of distress because now Raghugana was jumping from this side to that side because he was a liberated soul. He doesn't want to even hurt the ants which were passing on that road. So what happened? No, this Raghugana was sitting in the palanquin, and this Jadabharata, he was jumping from here to here. So the others who were also, because this palanquin must be carried by four people. So others, because this Jadabharata was jumping from this side to that side, the others were also not having in that position because sometimes he jumps this side and sometimes. So there was an indifferency and the palanquin slept. So at that time, Raghugana got very enthused and he started scolding him. But Jadabharata, he didn't even felt anything because he was not agitated. That is the quality of the devotee. Why? How we are going to get that quality? Because it is only possible that we get this quality by the mercy of the Lord. Because every time when the devotee is engaged in this Krishna consciousness, he doesn't realize that anything else because he is only just reaching in his Atma and his all the emotions are not there. So this Jadabharata was not having any type of influence in after that sometime what happened? No, this Raghugana dropped. When Jagannath was going to teach his philosophy, this Raghugana got down and he fell on the feet of Jadabharata. And he said that this is my Ajnana, so I have offended you. So kindly accept me as a disciple and give me some knowledge. So, let's see, different devotees are there, but the qualities, how to be happy, how to be sorrow, how to be fearless, how they have dissected, how they have achieved successfully everything. Because a devotee is always transcendental to all the qualities, and he does not have, he does only to please the Lord. See, here also in the next example, we can see that Lord Hanuman is there. Lord Hanuman, he does not do anything for his sake, and he does only to please Lord Ram. Whatever may be the conditions, at the time when he started to move from, he started to go because he wanted to cross the ocean so that he could find Lord Sita Mata. So again, from there also, if he is because at that time Hanuman doesn't know his power. So Jamavata has to praise Hanuman so that he got his power. At that time, he started moving towards the ocean. At that time, there was a snake named as Suraka. And that snake, no, she wanted to test this Hanuman. So at that time, what happened? No, when Hanuman from majorly Hanuman was having lot of powers, so Hanuman expanded more than that, more than the snake. So the snake also immediately expand. So when Hanuman was expanding more and more, the snake was also expanding more and more. At that time, Hanuman, at the feeling of humbling, he became very tiny. He went inside the mouth of Suraka and he came out. That was a condition. So at that time, the Suraka has also left. So at that time, he continued traveling towards the Lanka. See how humble is that? If he is going to increase, the other person is also going. So when he satisfied the condition, she left immediately, and Hanuman was his way on his to Sri Lanka. Such that the activities, whatever may be, they'll be very much activate towards the Ram. See, such is the love. And also we can see that there may be very many detachments. Means every time, whatever the activity he has done, it may be ordinary activity or it may be a mighty activity, but it is only towards neutrally. He doesn't take it anything for his sake. He will give all the credit to Ram only. As Hanuman has given all the credit to him. And some some devotees, no, some devotees will be very rich. They want, and some people in this world, no, they want to struggle very hard for the money income. So when they are going to struggle for that also, if they are going to give a part of, if he is a millionaire and trillionaire, if he is going to give some part of it towards the charity or towards building of construction in building a temple for the Lord, the money is used for the Lord, and he will be very pure. Because these devotees, all the devotees who will be there, they are very expert, they are very pure devotees, they are free from everything. Because the devotee never takes any part in any type of particular activity, everything is offered to the Lord. So all the qualities, because they are free from bodily derivations, they doesn't have to strike from some fruit of that activities, because they are detached to everything, because they are only attached to the devotional service. See, how a devotee will be there. Devotee will wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock, he'll do his sadhana, he'll do all his chores. In the evening, he'll come and listen Bhagavatam class and he'll be doing chanting thing. He'll be only in the association of devotees so that he can be developing Krishna consciousness there. And how he will be practicing? He doesn't want to leave even a single moment, because that single moment cannot be spent. If you are going to give thousands and thousands of millions also, you can't get that single moment. So the devotee will be very anxious to perform that Krishna consciousness. By every time he wants to have a connection with with Krishna, and he doesn't have any connection because he knows that he's the soul and he's always connected to Krishna. So everything, whatever he does in the form of detachment to the worldly items. Whatever may be, if it may be money or anything, he doesn't wants to have that. And he wants to be in a Druda Vrata stage. And he wants to don't have any type of things. See, some people are there. No, some people will be there. If some people are there, they don't need anything. They will be never having anything. They want only because these devotees are unaffected by any type of material emotions. Material emotions. If it is auspicious, it is inauspicious, sinful, whichever may be, he's prepared for all kinds of risk. The devotees are such a person, they are prepared for all kinds of risk only for the service of Lord. And nothing, if there may be many impediments, if there are no impediments, anything, they never lament or they never ever have such a thing. But the most essential quantity, what they want is they want to be a devotee of the Lord so that they can stay near to the Lord, they can do their service to the Lord. As see, we also know that Arjuna was a devotee of the Lord, and Arjuna was hearing directly the knowledge from the Lord. So every time these devotees, and one more devotee was there. Why these qualities are repeatedly saying? Because we have to develop that quality. How we can develop that qualities? By the association of devotees, we are going to develop. And here also, one example from Bhagavatam is that when Chitraketu Maharaj was having nearly 10,000 wives, he and one wife, the first wife was Kaidu. And at that time, by the blessings of Angira Muni, he got a child. And at that time when he was having that child, he was very, very, very dear to his first wife and child, and he neglected the 99 wives. So these 99 wives, they were very envious. What they did, they killed the child because she's having the child. So that only the king is favoring to him. So they killed that child. At that time, Chitraketu was in a stage of lamentation, and he was in such a non-happy, and he was distressed of all his material gains and other things. But after that, he was not coming off. So at that time, Narada, Angira Muni, they came there, and Narada, by his spiritual power, Narada himself entered into the body of his son. And when his son spoke, you are the father. You are the father in this life. But my father is different. In each and every life, there are different fathers. Because different attachments, different. So you are only the father in this life. So it is nothing that. And he told the main essence, because Narada is a spiritual master, and he is. Why he got his name Narada? Because he has given Narayana to all the devotees. So that is Narada. So he got the name as Narada. So in this way, he taught the dead son who became alive, he taught Chitraketu about the detachment. At last, Chitraketu also came out of his detachment, and he went to the forest and he was doing his austerities and again became the king of Vidyadharas. So there may be like that. So if you can see, and you can also see that many parents are there. We have seen in our society only, we have seen many people who are not having children. So they'll be every time lamenting, I'm not having children, I'm not having. The person who is having the child, no, they'll be very happy. Why? I'm having children, so they are not having children. But after coming to a certain age of 15 to 20 years of the children, when they are not in the initial stages, what will happen? No, the children will be very obedient. So at that time, these parents will be boosting, no, my children are very obedient to me. After coming to the age of youth, when the children are disobedient, they will be in that shoka. because they are disobedient, and these persons, how they are going to study, how will be their future, because every time they are lamenting towards the kids, every time. So this will be that. Means the lamentation will be continuing, if it may be sometime. See, if he loses anything, he laments. If he is going to gain something, he'll be in a happy mood. So every time such these persons will be there, no, these are. But sometimes what happens, no, if it is inauspicious or auspicious also, we may be doing, because the people may be with every, there may be many impediments in devotional service, but some people will be doing all the impediments within them. And because without having anything, because they won't be, they accept all the risk, all kinds of risk for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there are many. See, when the one more example is there, if from our Haridas Thakur was doing, Haridas Thakur is one of the acharyas in our Gaudiya Sampradaya, and he used to chant 3 lakhs times, nearly 192 rounds per day. Without that, he used to never eat or anything. So one time what happened? No, he was doing his chanting. So the Maya Devi attacked. Maya Devi wanted to test it. So Maya Devi, in the form of a prostitute, he went near to this Haridas Thakur. So he wanted her association. So Haridas Thakur used to stay in that place for 3 days. So daily this prostitute used to come. But hearing the names of the Lord when chanted, she was sitting in front of Haridas Thakur and she was hearing. So this prostitute has become a devotee. And after becoming a devotee, she had distributed all the wealth what she was having towards the poor and brahmanas. And she became a pure devotee, because by the association of Haridas Thakur for 3 days, she became a devotee of the Lord. And what she was equal, because as a devotee we'll be always be engaged in devotional service. He'll be equal to our friends and enemies, and equiposed to all the dualities also. And we are always free of contamination, because every time the devotee thinks only of Krishna and how to attach, how to do his service, how to take care. He doesn't take care of his material influences, such as where to stay, where not to stay. He wants to he won't be in a quiet state. If many people are speaking, no, unnecessary, he doesn't open his mouth. He'll be every time in a stage of mauna. And he'll be in a stage, every time he'll be in a stage of santusta. Means he'll be very fixed. And he is of sthitamati. Sthitamati means fixed in determination and knowledge. He'll be very fixed, and he wants to every time engage in devotional service. So all these qualities who are having, they are very nearer to me. So these qualities means, when you are going to do these qualities, who are going to have all these qualities? Dhruv Maharaj was having these qualities because he was sincere to do his devotional service. Because Dhruv Maharaj was having only 5 years of age when he started. Because as the son of a king Uttana, now when Uttanapad was not allowed, when Dhruv Maharaj was not allowed to sit on the lap of Uttanapada, he went to his mother Suniti and he asked. At that time, Suniti gave the right direction that anything in this world can be obtained by Lord Vishnu. So he went to the forest to pray for the Lord Vishnu to get more than his grandfather Brahma, get the bigger kingdom than his grandfather Brahma. So he went and he has done the tapasya. But when he was interrupted by the mercy of the Lord, Narada came to bless him and he has given Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So at that time he was doing that mantra, Dwadasani mantra, and he for first 3 months he was not having food and other thing. And such a thing, within 6 months of time, he could see the Lord Hari face to face. And after seeing Hari, he has given whatever, the bigger than his Brahmaloka, that is Dhruvaloka, and also the age. He was a king for 36,000 years. And he got different blessings. But after when the Lord left after Dhruva Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj was morose. Why? Because after knowing which is the essence of it, bhakti is the essence. He has not taken the bhakti thing mainly, but he has asked for the unimportant things because the diamond is very valuable. That is, the bhakti yoga is very valuable to hear, to create, to hear and to do kirtanas, to hear the pastimes of the Lord, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leelas. These are everything which are important in our devotee life. So, without asking all this, I have asked for the grass leaf, the broken glasses. So Dhruva Maharaj was very amused, but as a devotee, he was a devotee of Artha. He wants wealth more than that, kingdom more than that, the providence which was more than his Brahma and Brahma, the grandfather. So he got that. In that way, also our Srila Prabhupada, the pure devotee of Krishna, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada went to New York only for 40 rupees. He was having 40 rupees in his hand when he uploaded the ship of Jaladuta. But he came back from New York, he was having 40 crores and he had built 108 temples. He had over the globe for 14. If anybody is going to give him money, he used to just print the books so that others could read the knowledge and they will be attached to Prabhupada. And when they are attached to a pure devotee, it is that he will take back to Godhead. So same way, we are also all reading this Bhagavad Gita. So now we know that this devotional service is very important because we know that only by doing devotional service, only by realizing the self-knowledge, our good association and development of pure devotional service is there. And we accept a guru. And then we start to use this devotional service. So these are the main items of whoever is going to follow. One who makes Krishna as the goal of life, it is the devotee. So we are taking baby steps to reach the devotional service. This is the essence of devotional service. What we have to make Krishna as the goal of our life. When we make Krishna as the goal of our life is successful. Then we are going to go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. In this section now, any doubts, anything? Hare Krishna devotees?
No, madam.
Hare
Nicely
Krishna Mataji,
explained.
Dhamatma Mataji.
Good, good.
It's okay, Mataji. It's clear. You have given us so many examples, Mataji.
I think so. Today I have
Today's
given
class
lot of
to
examples.
understand how to grow in the spiritual path. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Hare
The examples were very good, Mataji. We are visualized actually the thing, but we feel that it is happening in front of us.
No,
Very good
by
example.
examples only we can learn it, no, Prabhu, because
Yeah.
it will be easy for us.
Yes.
See, normally saying the philosophy, everybody will be saying the philosophy.
Yeah.
Philosophy is different, but I wanted to have a practical application so that
Yes.
everybody must just have that feeling. When you
Yes.
come to that situation, you enter the situation, you can feel that.
Yes, yes. The same thing happened. Yeah, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for today's class. Today you explained the characteristics of pure devotee very nicely with the examples. In that examples, you told Mataji about the Parishit Maharaj. I heard Srimad Bhagavatam, I am following, but how the Parishit Maharaj came to Naimisaranya, I don't know Mataji really before. I am hearing Bhagavatam classes up to the third canto now I am following, but I don't know how Parishit Maharaj came to Naimsaranya, but you given today that Sami Maharaj and Sringi son is given the curse. So this is the
Shamyukta Rishi. Shamyukta Rishi and his son is Shringi. Shringi has given the curse.
today I learned.
Thank
Mataji,
you.
Parishit Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
So your takeaway is that.
Yeah.
Yes, Mani Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Today class is very good. We don't have to any envious to with others. And
But I am also envious, Prabhu. I am also in that stage only. Because in some conditions, no, some of the conditions will be envious. That is by nature. But we have to overcome it.
we should free from false ego and equal in both happiness and in distress also. That all take away in this class today. And a lot of stories today we heard that is very nice.
Many examples, I think so.
Yes,
It-
Mataji.
because we need to have that consideration, no, because many devotees may be there, but what is our take back is we have to have one. The goal is we to find Krishna, to stay with him, to be a dasanudasa. That is the
Yes,
essence.
ma'am.
To be the servant of the servant of the servants.
Yes,
Dasanudasa. And what must be our goal? Everything must be centered towards Krishna. Whichever the work we do, we must be towards the center to Krishna. Whatever may be the circumstances. Because the different progressive steps of devotion Krishna has said. But later he
Yeah.
says that who is very dear. Because in a group of members, if you are doing some service, the Guru has to observe, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is not that other people are appreciating. When the Guru gives you the appreciation, you feel lot of courage. So when you'll be having such type of appreciation from the Guru, then you will be in a high level. So I have to be in a speeding of my so that when Guru appreciates, it is appreciation that we are getting from Krishna. So we must be very nearer to that. So continue
Yes, ma'am.
chanting and do your best to do more chanting. Because the next
Thank you,
month we
Mataji.
are having this Damodar Deep programs also we'll be having. So kindly attend that programs if you can.
Sure, Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Thank
Mataji,
you.
you are telling one story, Mataji. Chitraketu, he is
Hmm.
going plane, king of Vidyadhara, he is going on the plane. Why Parvati is given the curse, Mataji? That I am not getting.
See, normally when the wife and husband are very intimate, because Shiva was giving the class on Vairagya. Vairagya means renunciation from or detachment to all the material things. That too he is giving to Narada and different sages. Means they are the advanced devotees because advanced devotees, no. Because Parvati or Uma is also a devotee of Lord Hari. But she is acting but she is the wife of Lord Shiva. But when Parvati was sitting on the lap of Shiva and Shiva was giving the class of Vairagya. So at that time, Chitraketu is the king of Vidyadharas. And Chitraketu is the god brother to Lord Shiva because they were worshipping Lord Sankarshana. Sankarshana is one of the form of Vishnu who is attached to the mind. Okay. And at that time, this Chitraketu came down. Chitraketu was thinking that because they are highly elevated people, nobody will say that they are if Parvati Devi is going to sit on the lap, there was not an intimate relationship. What they were speaking, that is more important than the outwardly body form. But this Chitraketu, he was not having any right to speak at that time because there were many sages. If something is wrong, many sages are there now to convey Lord Shiva. Because he was going in the aeroplane, he came, but he didn't offend Lord Shiva. He said that, what he said, by seeing this intimacy of Lord Shiva and Parvati, the common people will be being misguided by that service. He only said that. It's not that offending Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva didn't have not taken it very offensively. But who has taken offensively? Parvati Devi has taken offensively and he cursed that Chitraketu to become a demon. Chitraketu was a god brother of Lord Shiva. So he was also having equally power, no? Equally of his good power. But what he was doing, Chitraketu was very tolerant. He from there, when he was in the airplane, he came down and he offered his obeisances and he told to Parvati this is what I'm going to say. This is not, I'm not offending. He cleared it. I'm not offending to Lord Shiva, but the people may be misguided. So I was speaking that. But Parvati Devi, he thought he was offending and she gave it a curse to this Chitraketu.
Got it, Mother. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Any other doubts? No doubts for today, I think so then. Okay, we'll end the section today and